A Gantt chart is a visual project management tool that helps you to see what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and who's doing it. Think of it as an enhanced timeline. You've got tasks, deadlines, dependencies, and progress all laid out in front of you in a clear, simple format. Imagine you're planning a product launch. You've got a ton of moving parts: development, marketing, sales, training, customer support setup. Each of these tasks has a start and end date, dependencies, and assigned team members. A Gantt chart takes all that info and puts it into a simple, easy to read format. Different tools present Gantt charts differently, but they have common features. So let's take a look. When you open up your Gantt chart, it's like looking at a well-organized battlefield. Here's what you're going to see. Horizontal bars, lots of horizontal bars, the meat of the chart. Each task is represented by a horizontal bar. The length of the bar shows the duration of the task from start to end date. It's instantly clear how long each task takes and where it fits in the timeline. You'll see a timeline across the horizontal axis. This can be measured in any unit of time that you need: days, weeks, months, years, whatever's suitable to your project. This is the backbone of the chart. It sets the context for all of those horizontal bars, telling you when things are going to happen, when they start, and when they end. Down the left side on the vertical axis, you'll see a task list. Each task corresponds to one of the horizontal bars on the chart, and you should recognize the names that are in there because this is your project's to-do list. You can see all of your tasks in one place without having to go scrolling through endless lists. There is an exception in some Gantt charts where space is scarce, or people have chosen a different stylistic approach and they've put the task name inside of the horizontal bar instead of down the left axis. Next to the task name on many Gantt charts, you'll find who the task is assigned to. This is really important for ensuring accountability and making sure that things get done. In some Gantt charts, you'll see color coding, different colors for different phases, different teams, different levels of progress. For example, has the task started? Is it on track? Is it delayed? Is it complete? When this is applied, it's a lot like putting a highlighter on your project. It draws your attention to the right places and it conveys an awful lot of information at a glance. Just to add, if ever you are using color coding on your Gantt chart, make sure to include a key somewhere on the chart. Often there are special markers on the Gantt chart to indicate milestones. These signify important dates or deliverables to the project, such as product launch or phase 1 complete. Think of them as checkpoints in a marathon. They keep you focused on the end target whilst demonstrating your progress towards it. In some Gantt charts, you'll see dependencies represented by arrows. This really is a powerful feature. It enables you to understand the relationship between tasks, such as when task B can't start until task A has finished. It's like seeing the domino effect in your project. You can see clearly that if one task slips, that another one will be impacted, possibly others too. Some Gantt charts show progress indicators. This is usually represented by having shaded sections of the horizontal bar. It allows you to see how much of the task is done versus how much is left and provides a quick visual cue on how well you're tracking against the plan. The layout and structure make it easy to digest complex information quickly. You can see what's happening, when, and how everything interlinks. It's a snapshot of your project's health. When your team looks at the Gantt chart, everyone gets the same message. It eliminates miscommunication and keeps everyone aligned. Your team knows the priorities, deadlines, and dependencies, and it keeps everyone pulling in the same direction. Instead of wading through endless spreadsheets or documents, everything you need is right there. You can make decisions faster and more accurately because you've got a clear visual of the entire project. A Gantt chart isn't just a tool, it's essential for project management. It gives you clarity, efficiency, alignment, and control. If you want to keep your projects on track and your team firing on all cylinders, a Gantt chart is your go-to tool. So how do you build one? Alright, let's talk about how to create a Gantt chart effectively, both in terms of what you put into it and the tools you're going to use. Define your project scope. Start by knowing exactly what you're trying to achieve. Get crystal clear on your project's goals, deliverables, and deadlines. This clarity up front will save you tons of time and headaches later on. List out all of the tasks. Brainstorm every single task that needs to be done to complete your project. No detail is too small. Break down big tasks into smaller, manageable ones. This gives you a comprehensive to-do list that will feed directly into your Gantt chart. Determine task durations and dependencies. For each task, estimate how long it will take, but be realistic. Overestimating will lead to wasted time, whilst underestimating can cause delays. Identify dependencies. Which tasks need to be completed before others can start? This will help you to sequence everything correctly. Assign each task to an owner, to a specific team member. Make sure everyone knows their role and responsibilities. This is going to promote accountability and ensures nothing falls through the cracks. Choose your software and choose it wisely, because this is where the rubber really meets the road. The right tool can make creating and managing your Gantt chart a breeze. Here are a few options. Microsoft Project is incredibly powerful, but also very complex. It's great for large, detailed projects. Smartsheet is a tool I've never used, but I've heard it's very user-friendly and collaborative. It's good for teams that need to share and update their chart frequently. I'm also told you can use tools like Trello and Asana with the right plugins, so you may want to investigate those options if you've got access to those tools already. If you're on a budget or just prefer simplicity, you can create Gantt charts using spreadsheets with their built-in templates. I made a video about a year ago about using Excel's built-in Gantt chart tool. I'll add a link to that in the description. If you want a really simple, one-page, high-level Gantt chart, then consider using PowerPoint. Considering how fiddly it can be, you'll be drawing a lot of shapes on a page. It's a remarkably popular choice, so much so that I've made a separate video about that as well, which I'll link in the description. The next step is to input your data. Using your chosen software, start entering your tasks, durations, dependencies, and assigned team members. Make sure that everything is accurate and double check your dependencies to make sure the timeline flows correctly. Once your Gantt chart's set up, review it with your team. Look for any potential issues or bottlenecks. Make adjustments as needed to ensure that everything is realistic and achievable. This step's crucial for catching problems before they arise. If you just publish what's just come out of your own head without consulting other people, the plan can only be as good as what's in your head. So seek inputs from your colleagues. The fun doesn't stop there though. A Gantt chart isn't a set it and forget it tool. You need to update it regularly as tasks get completed, as deadlines change or new tasks are added. This will keep the chart accurate and your team aligned. Make sure everyone involved has access to the Gantt chart. Use it in your project meetings, share updates frequently, and ensure that it's the single source of truth for your project timeline. This will keep everyone on the same page and minimizes miscommunication. But be aware, if you've chosen Microsoft Project as your tool, sharing becomes a little bit more complicated, as everyone will need a license, which is expensive. Or you'll need to make PDF extracts, which, to be honest, I think look a little messy. And look, this is important. I recommend building the Gantt chart in the order described, because by listing all the tasks and dependencies up front, you ensure that nothing's overlooked. Going straight into the tool and building, it just invites distraction, loss of focus, and a lot of difficult rework. So use these steps and the right software, and you'll create a Gantt chart that not only looks good, but it'll help you to manage your project so much more effectively. So now I've told you what a Gantt chart is and how to build one, you're probably wondering when you should use it. So, when your project is complex, long-term, team-based, deadline-driven, requiring frequent updates, or involving resource management, a Gantt chart is your go-to tool. It brings clarity, coordination, and control, ensuring your project stays on track and your team is aligned. So get that Gantt chart up and running and keep your projects moving forward efficiently and effectively. If you want to build your Gantt chart using a template in Excel, here's a video where I demonstrate how to do it. Go and watch that next.